one is actually the oil exploitation, and the second one is to increase and advance the ability to for the oil exploitation industry. The third is actually to have domestic petroleum, domestic refinery, oil refinery. However, in this one, there are two progresses so far. The government actually wants 1 to 2 million ton sized oil refinery in Mongolia. The first attempt is actually Kuwait. I think the king of the Kuwait, he came in 2007 and signed MOU with the president, saying that they will participate in projects about oil exploitation plus oil refinery. And then since then, there's this progress. Also, another company called 몽고프로젝트, I think you may well know. They will get the sponsorship from a Japanese Bank of Commerce, JBIC. Also, in cooperation with Tokyo Engineering, they actually they announced the plan of building an oil refinery in Dhaka. And then the size of the refinery is 2.4 million ton a year, which is actually the right size, which is required by the government. However, the size of the investment is 12 billion. But from this, the JBIC actually won 3 billion as a down payment from the Mongolian side, and also the total solvency guarantee from the Mongolian side. 12 billion USD, the total size. 1.2 billion, sorry. Yes, 1.2 billion in total. And out of that, 30%, 300 million as a down payment to start off with. And once you have a down payment, and then they will provide the rest as long as the government guarantees the solvency, 100% solvency guarantee. And this, so far, has been a difficulty in getting financially, so far there's a hold on that one. So far, since 2008, ENF Global has been actually acquiring this opportunity, and with Daewoo Engineering and also Sorin accounting firm, together we actually carried out business feasibility. And 2008, in November, we actually, we started looking for the refinery position, refinery location. We've actually spoken to the Choi Bahangai, Gobisongo. Yes, and we've got the final word and final MOU on getting the refinery position in 2009, January. We've actually done some area research and run the research accordingly. Also, based on this, and also we've issued the two international technology bidding. We carried out technology bidding. First one in January, and then the second one in March. And based on these materials, in April 2009, we actually applied for a special license. And May of this year, we've actually got this LOI from Vamos Foundation to offer us to participate in our project. It's a private equity of the total of 200 million. It's been confirmed. Our goal is actually to become the first to actually implement the first oil refinery plant in Mongolia, and if this is based on our experience of global and current experience of oil refinery. Plus, also we did some research on Mongolia and the refinery plant in 1949 to 1969. There was actually in Mongolia there was this plant for 10,000 tons. It's like a little one. Existed, and we have some specialists from there. And Professor Bagmit is actually agreed to become our technological advisor. So we actually plan to implement this project with the local experts and international experts together. And of course, our goal is to maximize gasoline in regional supply because that's what's most required by the Mongolian side. And also, we will qualify for the global standard and other standards. Plus, we actually plan to use domestically extracted oil as a feedstock to power. Also, this will all be carried out based on the foreign investment. This is just a summary of our goals. So, basically what I explain. The area I think you're both familiar is actually trade here, which is 200 kilometers away from Ulaanbaatar. The reason we chose here is it's got a railway all the way from Ulaanbaatar, and it's 150 meters away from actual station to our place, so it's quite easy to access to Ulaanbaatar. But of course, it's not as close as Darham or any other place, but this is strategically more important. The reason being it's close to mining sectors. Mining sectors now, the Mongolian 7 strategic mining projects are held close by, which means they will need a lot of diesel, so we can actually directly supply to them more easily. We plan to implement this project in 2 phases. Each phase 1 million tons for each phase. The first one to do it in Choib, so that we actually will focus on supplying to the mining sectors as well as at the Ulaanbaatar consumption also. Yeah, 1 million ton. Output also. Input is also 100%. Same. Input and output is same. Actually, it will be discussed here. This is 100% input. This is the product ratio, as you can see. This is the percentage. LPG is 1.7%, but the major two. Diesel is 40.2%, and gasoline is actually 80, 92, and 95. That's 20. It takes up 20%. So input is 100%, output is 100%. The thing is whether how much there's a little consumption in coke and fuel oil in Mongolia. That's why we've adjusted this production ratio. To do that, this is actually the refining process as you know overall. We've actually, from our original proposal to now upgraded proposal, we've actually included all the technology to boost the production of diesel. In Mongolian's previous refinery, it was at Kamsa, as I remember. The problem was the production ratio was about 56% with diesel and gasoline due to they only used the primary technology. Also, there's a problem with the Mongolian oil, the competition. We've done some. We are actually currently going through the second competition test of the oil itself. So we will get our final results
within this week.
Within this week, we will actually get more detailed information on Mongolian oil.
This is the second test?
Yeah, the first one we did
we did that, testing result, but it's not the perfect method. So we asked them to the American standard test method. So we get the more detailed conditions. So more precise conditional test result will come out within a week.
The first oil we got was a bit more solid rather than fluid. So we got more other samples from the 2 areas, more recent samples. So we went through the test in more detail. More expensive test, it will give us better results.
For your reference for the yield of the production from the refinery processing, it absolutely depends on the condition of crude assay. That's the reason why we analyze that the condition of crude of the Mongolia, as well as we have to design the process based on this condition, come together with the blending ratio, so we can achieve the maximize of our design the production ratio, so keep the yield of that.
We followed up on the hours of being refined in China.
In China also.
What's being shipped out from Mongolia is being refined in China.
Yes, it's 100% refined in China.
You work for.
They've actually not. They do not want to disclose the yield, exact yield. But the thing is, in China, there's also a requirement for coke and any other products also too. So So it really depends on what you require in Mongolia, which is actually gasoline and diesel. So we've also got some feedback from, I think Mongosecure did some also testing also too, but their yield was about 80%. But it really depends on where you get the samples from and how the quality of samples are. So, but in China, the production, I think yield is actually quite good enough. That's why China wants to export a bit. So we'll get some more information. So initially, we want to fulfill the supply of domestic requirements. But now we've mentioned two phases. The first phase of 1 million, second phase of another million. Actually, having 2 million planned, if both of them is complete, then that will exceed the demand of domestic, which means we can actually have some room for the export too. China actually currently requires the domestic supply of China is increasing so much. They will actually need to import products too. And our the location of Choya is actually quite close to China, so we can actually use our current infrastructure to export.
Does China import
They
finished
do.
products?
Yes, they do. They import and for now the increase of the domestic consumption is growing so fast that they have to export. And eventually they will have to export. But of course, for now, their intention is to import crude oil from Mongolia as much as possible. Because in the future, because of the supply, growth in the supply, they want to implement some more refineries in Mongolia. So, and I think PetroChina is going to come to Mongolia soon and offer you cheaper deal with having a refinery in China, just for the Mongolian crude oil. But then you have to consider whether it's actually really strategically important to have a refinery domestically or externally. Because if you have a refinery outside, you cannot control. Mongolian government do not have any control. Let's say you get 10% discount on the product, right? Then their export tax is also 10%. Also transportation and import tax another 10%, 5% margin. That will be eliminated. So having a refinery domestically will give you a better position. This is the project structure. There's ENF Mongolia or cooperation in the middle, and we also have the ENF Global, which is the headquarters here, will be in charge of the project management and getting project financial coordination from foreign countries. ENF Mongolia, however, will be in charge of the domestic operation setup construction. Also, we have a contact from Stroitechno. It's a Russian company. They actually have shown us the intention of supplying crude oil. But the thing is, Mongolia is actually under the jurisdiction of Rosneft. So we will have to discuss further with the Russian government, because I'm also aware that Putin recently visited and showed his attention of not giving any oil product, any crude oil at all. So in July, from the Mongolian government actually advised me to go and meet the person, the director, who in Beijing. He's actually the head of the Russian corporation, who is head of Asian division. It's based in Beijing. He actually strategically plans how to distribute crude oil also products within Asia.
거기뿐만 아니고 로스네트 본사에도 사실은 연결돼 있어요.
And also we have a contact from the Rosneft too, so we will have to start negotiating. But the thing is, their position is, right now, is clear that they will not negotiate. But once they find out that there will be a refinery, and either way, whether we get it from Russia, we also have some letter of intentions from Middle East and also from Kazakhstan. But we have to, once we have all different alternatives, we will start dealing with Russia first, because eventually Russia, either they cannot sell as much as petroleum products, they will have to eventually come to the table.
So that's what we talk about feedstock.
Yes.
ENF Mongolia is 100% subsidiary of ENF Global.
It is. It's actually a regional office, but it will.
Is it an office or is it a?
It's actually a representative office, but in Mongolia as a law, it has to be a separate company. So it's actually a separate company within Mongolia. In the future, this will. Hold on, I'll just check. Global하고 MOU as a.
What are the percentage subsidiary company of the ENF MOC here?
둘다 똑같아. 나 똑같다 생각하는데.
It's a subsidiary company, but it will not be controlled by ENF Global, or they hold the same position. They are both. They hold the same position.
그 실질적으로 모든
Is it a
거
subsidiary or is it an independent?
It's a subsidiary of ENF Global, but in terms of operation, it will have its own independent decisions. Global is more to support with the project management and finance and coordination, while all the decisions on how to build, how to do the construction and domestic financial management and coordination will be solely based on MOC, Mongolian Oil Corporation. Also,
This is a street maintenance like apparatus Russia, right?
there's a supplier of crude oil.
So are they going to be a part of the equity investor?
No, they're not going to be. This is not going to be. This is actually a supply of
Supply
oil.
of the oil.
This is the Mongolian government,
Mongolian
and this is
government.
actually a local partner. Actually, we are talking to some 3 or 4 companies so far. They have shown us intention of participating with our project with the ENF MOC in terms of also participating as a shareholder, plus also marketing and distribution too. Some of the companies have a good distribution channels already. Actually, one of the companies do not have distribution channel, but they still want to participate with us for future possibilities. So we have to discuss further in terms of local partnership. But we are thinking.
You want to sit in your local partner?
Yes. The percentage of the share is going to be, our goal is to have about 40% participants, 40 to 45% participants in local.
그거는
Also,
별도로 나중에 네가
but this, our CEO is going to explain it further. Right. Our position is 40 to 45% from Mongolian side. Also participate from government also too, but not in the cash in different ways. We'll discuss.
수익성은 그냥 넘어가.
I mean, 잠깐 끊어봐. ROE is actually 27%. Yeah, it's these are actually the assumptions. Once the total investment cost 200 million in each phase. This is actually reasonable also in comparison to other international projects. And sales actually has been estimated against Mongolian domestic needs. And I don't think we will have much difficulty. We will not have that much difficulties in distributing locally because the local domestically we have no requirements. We are actually we've applied for the special license in April, and we're waiting for the special license so far. Once we obtain the special license from July to September, this is where the first financial injection is going to be coming in, and then we will structure funding, and we will start executing with the constructions. And this is our actually master plan. The first phase will be complete by 2011 and start producing. Second phase for another. First phase is going to be 1 million ton in trade. That will be complete by 2011 and start producing. Phase 2 is going to be on 2014, where phase 2 it will be complete. But of course, implementation of phase 2 will be adjusted depending on the performance of phase 1.
2012하고 2014는 컨스트럭션 일정 만든 거야.
This is only the construction. This is the construction. And this is actually, we are on the, yes, this is where we've actually applied for special license. When the special license is finished, we will go through the financial funding implementation, and the plant construction will be carried out in September. This is our original plan. Piloting will be done in the following year. This is the overall plan. this is actually the profile of our consortium partner, Daewoo Engineering. They have extensive, I'm sure you've heard of already their names also too, but they have extensive experience, not only in oil and petroleum, also the plant construction, also IT system, many other fields also too. But their profile, they will briefly introduce themselves also to you. Also, there were questions from Mongolian government saying, is ENF Global established company in Korea? It's actually not. The reason is we've actually established our company in 2007, in 2008, and also ENF Global is also recently built. This is a special purpose company to pursue the Mongolian petroleum plant project. So this was solely for that purpose. Once ENF Global was established, also ENF MSC was established. However, participants of, for example, our CEO, our technology director, two technology directors actually have extensive experience. Samsung Engineering, also Dairy Engineering, Daycom, and any other. Since over 10 years of experience in refinery business, they have all the experience. So these are some examples. They've not only got the local experience, but they've also got international experience like these ones. The first one, Petronas, is actually Malaysian government, as you may aware. The second one is also Indian. They have hands-on experience with the plant construction and also operation. Also from all the other, in China, in Vietnam, in Taiwan, all the global experiences from all those. They've actually worked with these companies before, and these specialists got together just to implement the one purpose. So I'm sure their experience will be just as this is actually the end of the presentation. However, they will briefly introduce you about themselves.
Oh, Ms. Kim, thank you very much for introducing our company. Okay? This is our company's official and radio experience list. We from the engineering company. Just before you already shown my name card, chemical and chemical divisions.
Yes.
So this is our divisions presentation document. This is our company video tapes. So I'm asking, would you please show the company video tapes?
Sure, hold on. 있으니까 좀 짚어주시죠.
Around 50 minutes, very short. General video tape.
음향 가능한데.
그냥 자체 사운드 그래. 괜찮은데. 올려봅시다.
전체를
잠깐만요.
어디 있어? 어디야?
이게 최고예요.
할 수 있다.
Sorry,
Sound is low.
No silence.
Stay previously to work for
yes.
other Mongolian projects?
Other Mongolian is not performed until now, but we are until now. We prepared some quotation or another thing.
최근에 한 번.
Quotation.
Yes, in our another divisions, our country, another divisions. Industrial.
There's a highway project that they were doing.
Yes, highway or bridge or another things also.
From Mongolia.
Yes. EPC. Because of that, normally in Korean construction company is not only EPC, normally. Before IMF, some PF and expertise also, but now is normally EPC only. More in advance, EPCC commissioning is also.
The ENF Global will hire your services to build and construct. How many refineries have you built? How many refineries have you built?
We built in another 5 or 6 plants,
6.
yes, including Ghana project also.
Ghana?
Ghana, yeah, Africa.
How many people is planned to be working on the project?
For over 200 in Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia.
200.
200.
But the plant we use was a specialist in Mongolia.
What is the ratio of the foreign workers and Mongolian workers?
Ratio construction side, we will have all the companies communicating, but in operation, we will just use the there's not much point having foreign people. That's why we have, right now, we have a small plant in Mongolia, just enough to construct and operate. Once it's established, we plan to use local.
I thought before refinery in Mexico.
Somehow very good at this video presentation. I think they've been winning all these video advertising awards many years in a row international. That sparkling Korea. And it's been quite good at this.
People get IT, so
So IT, what is it?
IT plus visualization. You have to have the IT.
So normally Korean customer, some people coming to our company. First of all, you can show our video pack overall. And second is more detailed in our divisions. Yes. In presentation and the experience. Because of that, Mr. Chair today talked to me. we have so many times peak finish. So we only show the in our video technique. So our project is the total employer is 1,200 people. So in engineering, 800 people working to our company. In Korea is also our company. Initial stage around 35 years ago. At that time, our company first built engineering company. Now we continuously worldwide. Now normally is also we working in overseas country, or Eastern Asian country, such as like in Japan and Thailand, Indonesia, Vietnam, and now is also we Eastern Asian country, Croatia, Oman, Arab Emirates.
기술 부분에 대한 설명을 좀 하고자 하는데 저기 필요하시면은
Sorry. We have a presentation for the technical side also too, but just in case if you're in charge, if you would like to know more, we can go through the refinement technology. It really depends on if you want. It's another thing. Would you like to? Sure. Yeah, you can.
Not too much in detail, but
That's my concern.
Our director Lee is actually in charge of the document.
That's my concern because without get the basic knowledge, it's so difficult to understand it. So it's no way to show how I can. Okay, it's conceptually, we got the those kind of conceptual. So actually, we will make in-house system. It all should be made well because temperature is more very cold. That's originally make an insulation system. Okay, so basically the refinery meaning several things. Actually, separation. The separation is distillation, extraction, absorption, adsorptions, and the mechanical separations like this. It is all combined. So these principles have to use the principle of the processing. The mainly distillation is the mainly principle for that. Depend on the boiling point of the materials, different boiling point. So all of the compositions have impurities and everything. So we make a refinery, take out the impurity and reforming, combination, etc. Processes. So we have to understand that the character of the crude oil. The assay of the crude is very important. So normally there is a general information and then some special information. But let me see. Depend on we calculate based on the crude. What's the American Petroleum Institute specific gravity? So 34, above 34 is light, and heavier is 30 to 34, between this range. Depends on the boiling point. Normally 35, under 35 degrees centigrade, we got the gas conditions like natural gas or something. So gasoline can be between the 35 to 180. And kerosene like between the 170 to 250, the diesel 2040 and 340, and more than 350 we got the heavy oil. So as much as possible, the refining company wanted to make more light product from the heavy oil. That's the key point of the refinery process. So we say called how many barrels per stick days. It's the unit of that. Basically, 1 barrel is 0.8 drum. The reason why, actually, all the time in America, during that crude oil with wagon, the drum is spit out. So the barrel really came out from it's actually 1 drum, but 0.2 drums is spit out. So 1 barrel came out from this principle. So it's approximately 0.14 tons. 1 year's operating calculated based on 330 days, running days. So 30 days for the maintenance period. So main composition of the petroleum is consists of the hydrocarbons and hydrogen and the impurities of sulfur, nitrogen, or nickel, fahrenheit, or oxygen, something. We have to eliminate those kind of components. And then there are so many types. For example, chain types and then ring types. Most important thing is the chain types, we have to make ring types. It make more high octane numbers of fuels. So those kind of process need special process like cracking or isomerization, alkylation, or etc. etc. So we have to determine which process is the best, depend on the analysis result of the crude assay. So this is a chain, normal chain. So it's double bond. Make cracking with the heat, high temperature. We cut these chains and make a right nomenclature, or make a ring type of nomenclature. That's the main processing. Okay, there's the gases we say called the combination of the hydrocarbon between 3 and 4 is normal gas. And between 5 to 20 each composite the gasoline. Most of the small number of the carbons, it's more useful fuels. More bigger, like 20 to 30 is heavy oils. Asphalt and coke is more and more. So we cut down this number of the carbons, depending on the process we need. So keep the normally it's a general idea of the production yield. In case of the crude oil, gases is 2 to 3% of yields, and gasoline 10, naphtha 15. Normally naphtha gasoline combined between 20 to 25, and jet fuel kerosene combined 10 to 15. Diesels 20 to 30. Others are remaining 40 to 60, etc. etc. So the depends on the yield of the refinery processing is very considerable to get the incomes. In any case, the Korean refinery companies is so many, 5 majors. In case they develop 1% yield jumping up, the income's unbelievably huge amount. So they try to get this kind of technology to improve their processing. It's a general concept of how we can get the overall configuration from the loading system. Hopefully we can get the local oil in Mongolia, truck or train, but it's general. So loading to the crude storage tanks, and then make a little bit heating, and then desalting. Desalting means that contain some impurities in crude oil, so salt content. If salt can make a corridor inside of the equipment, so we have to remove those kind of salt from the desert. And heating, and after heat, approximately 30 or something, and it's sprayed at the top of the distilled tower, we can get based on the boiling point of each product. So it's the most little bit detail of the desalter. It's the body is the principle of the function of the heat exchangers, and the points of the heater's functions, and the tower of the automatic distillation tower's functions. And generally, we configured this is crude oil came from the automatic distillation unit, and then we can get from the first came out the naphtha, desulfurization, hydrodesulfurization processing, and then get the gasoline. And the diesel also, we have to treat the hydrodesulfurizations and they get the clean diesel. Within this one, we can get the kerosene as well. And the vacuum distillation unit can make a cracking of that more higher. So the residue from the ADU through the vacuum distillation unit to make sure the more yield to get the kerosene diesel. And then finally, we have to FCC process, make sure a little bit more addition to the gasoline production and increase the octane number of the gasoline. That's the function of the general concept. Okay, it's all it's Korean, but okay, this is the general configuration. little bit details for the automatic distillation unit processing. So up to 340 degrees heating, and then fractionated this one with the steam first, and they get the carbon, nitric acid.
They will not produce jet fuel.
We produce this one. So even we got the jet fuel, but how we can make a branding? It can be used in the diesel. So if that fuel doesn't need it in Mongolia market, we can use this one for the diesel combined with branding. Yeah. So it can be adjustable.
But the jet fuel is possible too.
Yes, of course, why not? All of the product came out.
It depends on, anyway, it depends on the Mongolia market.
Yes, right, exactly.
And our product
But there's a
is
plan of constructing this new airport.
Yeah.
And this new airport is going to be hosting a lot of through travel.
Mhm.
So jet fuel supply
I see.
on this new airport is going to be quite crucial.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
that's actually been
So that we do not need to import a lot of jet fuel if it's domestically produced. We can supply those planes landing and then taking off.
That's actually been considered in our product ratio earlier. There was a percentage of the fuel.
I didn't see the jet fuel.
Yeah.
그 전에 우리 프로덕션 레이시오도 있잖아요.
Yeah.
나중에.
So, yeah.
You see, are you a technical engineer?
Yeah, but this is talking about the product ratio.
It's a vacuum distillation unit concept. So, comparing the vacuum distillations, it's a temperature a little bit lower than the ADU. It's more higher. So, and you know that this one is the how we can make ring types as much as possible. We can get the ring type hydrocarbon through the refinery process. That's how we can get the high number of octanes. That is the processing of the refinery. And even in Korea has unleaded gasoline, mostly the high level, but more than 5 to 10 years ago, we usually use leaded gasoline. So leaded gasoline make air pollution. So right now Korean air is very clean rather than before. So considering the air pollution in Mongolia, have to use it. But the problem, the cost is higher than the normal. That's the normally they use the 80 or 85. But our aim is to go to the 90 or 95 degree of the gasoline for the general, either the low cost, competitive cost. So we can protect the environmental control, everything with the competitive price. It's reforming. So as you know, how we can get the chain type of the hydrocarbon to make a ring type of hydrocarbon, like a reforming processes. So make a high grade of the cracking as well. There are so many type of crackings, right? So we do additive the hydrocrackings, so details of the hydrocrackings, and produce catalytic crack with some catalyst. So it makes sure the reason why we use catalyst is the low temperature and low pressure, some conditions, because the condition of the cracking is very severe. So more good condition with the cracking condition need a catalyst. Summer is need high temperature, like approximately 500 degrees C. It's summer cracking. Normally we usually use this summer cracking for the residue oil to recover the little bit details or something, as well as the high quality of the asphalt and the carcass. Get cracking, summer cracking. Also, we automatically we have to get the hydrogen plant. It's essential because this hydrogen is absolutely needed main material, raw material for the processing. We have to get this hydrogen plant to come together. So this is the processing of the hydrogen plant. So all of those processing are including our process. That's the actually initially we started to the ADU, automatic distillation unit, but most of the concentrated and the high grade product and high yield, we computerize those kind of whole process to cover those requirement. Okay, so it's hydrodesulfurization. Processing of the hydrodesulfurization with the reactors and deputanizer make clean LPG. LPG peroxide. In case of the LPG has some not so good odor smells is very bad. So we have to take out those impurities and make a clean LPG. And also cut the chain of the hydrocarbons. So we need the Marox processes to get. But depends on the market demand of the LPG. But in the future, the LPG is a very good fuel for the cars, even in Korea. So I wanted to use the LPG for the fuel in Mongolia because it's very easy way to convert the engine with the LPG. Even normal car can be used as a combustion kit with the LPG. It's easy way too. So most of the combination fuel and the LPG is more safe than the gasoline.
We have a law saying
Yeah.
starting from
New,
2012.
starting
From 2012, all public transportation will need to shift into LPG line. LPG or electric line
yeah, right.
vehicles.
2012.
2012. So this law is in place, and possibly you might want to leverage on that.
So the LPG
Gets too detailed, so let's
okay.
try to stay too technical, too boring. Let's talk about the structure of the business. Way too technical.
Okay, it's a gas recovery. So gas, most of the gas, you just gas have to send to the first step, but most of the gas have to concentrate and recover the systems. It's keep the good economic yield and operation yield and everything. Okay, so it's finalized. So based on the experimental analysis result of the crude oil assay, with the Korean authorized laboratory, the detailed refining process must be designed based on according to the target yield of the product and below. It's a Mongolian market.
As you can see, there's fuel oil and also
So we wanted to get
More detail.
more detail with 20%.